I did my best to focus on my marriage, but having slept with Dallas kind of opened my eyes to a different world. There's effort there that there's never been with Asuelu.
What's going on, people? We are back again with another MovingMAD video. And this one right here is all about Asuelu and Kalani. And you know what though? This is quite interesting because this has put me in a very interesting situation. A situation that I've never thought about before. About infidelity. About the benefits of infidelity. Now, of course, when it comes to Kalani, did she cheat on Asuelu? No, because she was given permission. She was given a home pass. But she still went and got involved with another guy whilst in a relationship with Asuelu, right? So you can kind of still call it infidelity, visual infidelity. I don't know. But my point being is that Kalani's saying that she recognized and realized her worth after she'd been with somebody else. And being with somebody else who made her feel worthy. And that made her feel like someone. Made her feel like as if she mattered. Really opened her eyes to recognizing that Asuelu was selfish and where her relationship with Asuelu was never healthy, and maybe this whole time she'd been shooting herself in the foot. And the reason I want to point this out is because there's a lot of people in this world that believe that intercourse, sexual stuff isn't that important in a relationship, which I think is absurd. Intercourse is always important. Because, you know, when you are connected to someone emotionally, both mentally and physically, that is the complete package. You know, being connected to someone only emotionally without the physicality, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, and vice versa. Okay? And anyone that says, you know, I don't need to be intimate with someone to know well, then that tells me that maybe you've been in a relationship with the wrong person or the wrong people. Because everybody should know this. If you are in a healthy relationship, you will know that you are always going to be attracted to your partner, both mentally and physically. Okay, not only are you going to love them for who they are as a person, you're also going to love them for the way they just make you feel when you're getting it down. You see what I'm saying? That's why they say that they say that intimacy is something that is built to have two energies transfer from one another. Something along those lines, okay? And when you come together, in some situations, you then create a child. And the child is the love that is the representation of your love, right? Or at least that's what it's supposed to be. Sadly, in today's society, that is... yeah, that is long gone for the most part. The point being is that it is sad that Kalani had to get to a point where she had to be intimate with somebody else for her to actually be like, hold on a minute, my worth is better than what I've been getting. But I understand it. That's what I'm saying. Because my point is that this is a woman, clearly, she wasn't satisfied before when it came to intimacy. You know? That's why I guess maybe it even got to a point where allegedly Asuelu was a bit too physical with her, where you had to hold her down or all them kind of things, as she's allegedly claimed. Which speaks volumes, because generally speaking, most women, or some women, shall I say, whatever, do not want to be intimate with someone if they are not emotionally connected to that person. They just can't do it. It's completely dry down there. You know what I mean? And if anything, when it happens, it's nothing but painful. Because it's not slippery. You know what I'm saying? The body doesn't feel good. So in this situation, this is the only time in this situation I think I'm gonna say that I'm happy that she went off and got the whole pass. Therefore, she understood her own worth. She understood that the way her relationship was with Asuelu just wasn't anything. It was nothing but just dog poop. Yeah. Let me know what you think about that one right there. So pause the video and comment.
With Asuelu so long as keeping my family unit together, but I think by doing that, I'm always just torturing myself. I just feel like I'm just gonna lose something no matter what I pick. Put as much time and energy and everything into a relationship like I have, it's just... it sucks.
Okay, let's talk about that. She says, I feel like I'm going to lose something. You know, there's a fine line between... It's not even a fact of where there's a fine line between losing something and gaining something. Sometimes you have to lose to gain. That's what it is. You have to lose to gain. So the only thing that she should be focused on is what is there to gain. If she loses Asuelu, what do you gain? If you stay with Asuelu, what do you gain? If she stays with him, she gains absolutely nothing. All she does is add more misery to her own pain. Self-inflicting, if anything. Borderline. But if she leaves him, what does she have to gain? She gains the possible chance of finding a partner that is going to be much better suited for her. Someone is going to make her feel good. Someone's going to make her feel her worth. Someone's actually going to make her feel internally happy as well as externally happy. And also, most importantly, this is the part that she needs to think about the most. And this is the most important part. What do you have to gain when it comes to your children? If you stay with Asuelu, what do you gain with your children? Because if you see, but by the seams of it, this guy is hardly home anyway. So you don't seem to gain much with him being around. What do you gain if you leave him? Well, you gain the fact that your children can look at you as a strong woman that was able to leave a man that was no good for them, for her. Because as I promise you now, a lot of children can recognize when parents are not good for each other, and all they want is for their parents to actually leave each other and to find someone better. You know, most of the time, especially, I don't know about girls, I'm just gonna speak about boys because I'm a boy, but especially when you're a little boy, you want to see your mum happy with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's why you hear so many stories about men or sons who have done the madness to their fathers because they haven't been treating mummy right. Just saying. Okay? Even though the father may be the hero, the son will always care for the mum more. In terms of her safety. So he's always going to protect her more. That's what I'm saying. Emotionally and physically. So what do you gain from leaving Asuelu when it comes to your children? That is the question right there. And you gain so much. And it's not even the fact that where you gain so much, it's the fact that your sons gain something. That should be the conversation. Not the conversation of, I lose no matter what I do. No. That is selfish thinking. You're only thinking about yourself. She thinks that she's thinking of others, but she's not. She's thinking about what is more easier for herself to put up with. Not what is going to be best for her kids. Usually the hard option is the best one. But in this situation, it's not even a hard option, is it? The man has cheated on you 12 times, right? And he's allegedly been physical with you, right? It's a no-brainer. Hey.
This morning, I love her very much. I try so hard to make this marriage work out, but I feel really tired. First time looking at those things, wow, I want to touch
it. Can somebody tell me, why is Asuelu tired? What's he tired of? I'm confused with that one. I mean, he talks about how he loves her, right? But how does he love her? I've never seen him show any type of emotion towards Kalani ever. So this love that he talks about, where is it? I don't think it exists. I mean, to be honest with you, does he even love his own kids? You know? Because sometimes I would argue this conversation, to be honest with you, that sometimes I feel like when a man or a woman does not love their partner, they also may not love their kids too. Because the way you treat your partner can also be a representation of how you don't care about your children. Look at it this way. If you have the ability, and this is where we get to the point of him being tired. If you have the ability of going out and cheating on your woman multiple times, which I'm assuming is what's made you tired, right? Because this can't make you tired. You know what I mean? So all I'm trying to say is that the fact that you went out and you cheated on your woman multiple times, knowing that she has your children. At what point did you think that I'm actually cheating on the woman who is the mother of my children? The woman that was pregnant for 9 months with our children. Every time you walked out of the house and you stormed out and you left at home with your children, how many times did you think about your children? So you talk about love, right? I mean, if he loved his children, one, he would never cheat on Kalani. If he loved his children, but he didn't love Kalani, well, then he would have left her and said, listen, I need to go our separate ways, or we can co-parent. If he loved his children, then he wouldn't run away and then block just so he can go play volleyball or whatever the hell he goes and does. You don't love your children. He doesn't love Kalani. I mean, that's a conversation right there. I feel like sometimes our actions to our partners also represent our actions towards our children. Listen, if I'm in a relationship with somebody right now, okay, and we've got children, and I get to a point where I'm unhappy with this person, I don't want to be that person anymore, I would walk away from that person before getting with another person. Point blank period, because at the end of the day, how am I going to be a role model for my kids? If I cheat on my woman who's got my kids, and then the kids find out that I was unloyal to their mother, what kind of father am I then? What kind of role model am I then? I might then set up my children to want to go off and cheat when they go find someone in the future. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So is that thought of here? But that's the common thing though when it comes to Kalani and Asuelu. Children seems to be not a thought. Very, very irritating. And I did find it, I was going to say this a few weeks back, but I thought I'd let it go. But I found it very weird though that they actually agreed to do filming even though their child's birthday was coming up and they did the whole little birthday at the resort. If it was me personally, I would have been like, okay, cool, we can do filming, but on this day itself in particular, it is our child's birthday. We want to have that day off so we can go off and do something beautiful with our children, even if it's half the day or whatever it could be. But instead they did it at the resort. Wow, what a birthday for that child to remember, right? What a birthday for their child to remember. Yeah, when I turned this age, we was in a film set and I was around a crazy woman called Angela. I was around a little Oompa Loompa who had no leg called flipping Ed. You know what I mean? The only thing is, he wasn't orange, he was just pale as hell. You know what I mean? And then he came along with his little flipping walking stick called Liz, who just stands there and just does nothing. And then on top of that, I also had to hear a woman called a woman called Molly and her. Well, we don't even know what the hell he was because each time she tried to speak to me, he kept crying like, "Wait, we don't know what was going on." You know what I mean? And then on top of that, we had to see a little man called Jovi with a very, very big head and very, very big teeth and a very big dripping gums coming out with his woman. We're still thinking, why the hell is she with him? Doesn't make any sense. I don't know if there's any other couples that I forgot there, you know what I'm saying? But either way, though, who does that for their children, though? Yeah. Hey, you guys let me know what you're thinking down below and we can talk about it. Yeah. Peace.